It's a new year, a new season, and we are underway.
Really dominating fashion here today is going to win.
2, 3, 4 for the final time.
Win number 1 on the season, only just barely.
He is going to win here at the Nazareth Speedway.
Wins the Emerson Electric 100K.
Gonna be Igor Barretto's gonna eke it out.
Cup Series champion is Shane Lake in the number 15.
Welcome to the NOFSRL.
We're back live here at the Daytona International Speedway, getting ready to kick off Spencer's Duel number 2 to see who is going to start in the even positions here in tomorrow afternoon Smokey's Best Damn Garage Daytona 500. Gonna get right into the action as the engines have been fired. Your outside pole sitter of Zachary Davis. Yeah, Zachary Davis in there. Alongside him is Braden Perez. Then it is Daisy Johnson, Landon Smith Jr., Riley Sampson, Dustin Davis, Derek Hamill, Caleb Rose, Trey Smith. Both Lost Star cars are in this race. Tristan Allen, Charlie Davenport, Jordan Lopez, Tyler Reynolds, Daniel Bouchard, Mitchell Collins, Noah Clifton, Brennan Wilmington, Dano Georgia, John Andrews, and Nelson Reeves make up Spencer's Duel number 2. And 20 drivers vying for the outside positions, but as was with Duel number 1 that just wrapped up here about 10 minutes ago, that Zachary Davis is not going to need to, doesn't really need any starting position. He doesn't need to race his way in here is what I'm trying to say, but all 20 cars rolling off the starting grid. Hopefully they'll get right around the racetrack. But Zachary Davis, like Nathan Smith, his pole row companion, I should say, they do not need to race their way. They do not need to race for their position, so they can just go right around in the back, and it will be just fine. But entering turns 3 and 4, once again, just like Duel number 1, 15 laps, cautions, and damage are turned on. And where you finish in this is where you will start in the outside row come tomorrow's race. But exiting turn 4, past the grandstands, past that Octane ball. I might notice that a lot of Octane stuff around here and some Hoosier stuff. All drivers will be using Hoosier tires this season. And the Dodge Charger pace car pulls off onto pit road. They're in the race's restart zone. Zachary Davis and Braden Perez lead them down. Duel 2 starts now. It did not take them long. It did not take them long at all to get 2 and 3 wide. Daisy Johnson surpassing on the inside lane from row 2. She leads lap number 1 in Spencer's Duel number 2. Behind her, 3 wide for the 5th position. The 4th position, I should say, between Caleb Rose, Tristan Allen, and Zachary Davis. Davis, I think, is just going to try and get to the back of the field, but don't look now. Contact there between Allen and Rose. It looked like there was going to be 3 wide there for a second. Now to the inside, Landon Smith Jr. in the 88, trying to start off the season right after ending last season wrong. He's going to pass for the race lead. Not going to quite clear Daisy Johnson there. Johnson with a bit of a run to the outside. Help from Zachary Davis. But now Landon Smith Jr. clears Daisy Johnson as they are all the cars are within a second of one another. Brennan Wilmington there in the back. Like I said during Duel number 1, it doesn't really matter where you finish in this race or just subsequently start in tomorrow afternoon's race here. Going to be at 1 p.m. Eastern time, but this is a restrictor plate track, so not that hard to pass here. And we're seeing it now, 3 wide through quite a few rows in the field. And this is exactly what Landon Smith Jr. wants to see out of his rear view mirror. These guys going 3 wide, and remember, we do have cautions turned on, so things get turned sideways, and the tri-oval contact there between Lopez and Zachary Davis. Things get turned sideways on the tri-oval. Yellow flag will obviously fly, and if cars are taken out, they don't really need to go to a backup car or anything like that. But it will heavily affect their starting position. But Landon Smith Jr., Daisy Johnson, your top 2. Then it is a Hornet's Nest behind those guys. Field is a lot more strung out than it was in the earlier duel about 20 or so minutes ago. Noah Clifton in the 16, not the highest running rookie. That belongs to Jordan Lopez in the 81 for Dracoan Racing. Owen Miles, not sure where Owen Miles is. They almost went 4 wide. All around goes the 19 of Tyler Reynolds. Dano George, Riley Sampson, Tristan Allen around as well. Hamill going through the grass. And the yellow flag is out here. Yes, it is. Yellow flag is out. I thought we were going to go caution free, but we unfortunately are not. Looks like they were going 4 wide through the tri-oval there just a little bit, and Tyler Reynolds got turned around like a top, and Tristan Allen definitely getting the worst in that one. Major damage to the rear end of that 56. I think that's going to negate him to starting 40th in tomorrow's race. Unfortunately, Daisy Johnson led them back to the caution flag. Gonna see if anyone for some reason hits the pit lane, but I saw Dano Georgia. He had heavy damage on the left side of his car. Let's see. Yeah, you can see I can't really see the extent of the damage there, but he's got damage on the left side of that car. Riley Sampson caught up in it as well. Tyler Reynolds looks like he'll be able to continue, but I think 56 of Tristan Allen is just going to try and pull it behind the wall here early. But unfortunately not going caution free. Going to make sure everybody stays on the racetrack that was not involved in that accident. But I believe Dano Georgi, Tyler Reynolds, and Riley Sampson, 4 cars that were, for the most part, involved in this. I think Tristan Allen's the only one that's going down pit lane. We'll see if he pulls it behind the wall, but I think his race for position is definitely over. The other 3 cars that were involved staying out on the racetrack, I think aside from Allen, not Legacy, Georgia has the most damage, but Tristan Allen, not the way he wanted his duel to go, and extensive repairs are probably going to be needed on that 56. And nope, he's just going to take it behind the wall, so Tristan Allen will start 40th in tomorrow's race. Let's see what happened to bring out the first caution of Duel number 2 here at the Daytona International Speedway. 4 wide off of turn 4 normally does not work, and we saw it right there. Let's see what happened to bring out the first caution here in Spencer's Duel number 2. So off the corner, you're going to see, looks like Tyler Reynolds is going to shift up the racetrack just a little bit into Tristan Allen. And Dustin Davis, I don't know how he didn't get caught up in this incident. Actually, ooh, Davis is going to get caught up. Oh, he goes hard into the outside wall. But he keeps on going straight. And then you see Riley Sampson into Dano Georgi. Then I thought the field was just going to accordion into this, but 4 or 5 cars involved in this incident. Braden Perez and Daniel Bouchard just smartly go to the outside. Derek Hamill's going to get turned there just a little bit. Brendan Wilmington just going to barely avoid that in the 62. And a great save out of Hamill if we can focus in on him. Trying to. Oh, he barely avoided hitting that outside wall. Georgia is going to keep it straight. So is Sampson. That inside wall, he almost avoided. Derek Hamill almost did, but yep. Thankfully, nobody flipped over. No, the field didn't accordion into this, but Tristan Allen is going to be the lone casualty in this, most likely. Get you the real-time replay, then get you back to the restart here in Spencer's Duel number 2. Real-time replay here, following along with Tristan Allen. Just unfortunately nowhere to go for those guys. And you see Derek Hamill. Look at him almost hitting that inside wall. He's going to drive through the grass in that number 91, but everybody gets through it. Okay, nobody, like I said, nobody flipped over. Nobody went into the catch fence, thankfully, but Tristan Allen, his race is done, unfortunately. Very, very unfortunate events here at the Daytona International Speedway, but that's the way it goes on restrictor plate races. Daisy Johnson led them back to the caution flag. Let's see what she and the rest of the field can do on the restart here in Spencer's Duel number 2. We are back here at the Daytona International Speedway, wrapping up our first caution of the evening. Tristan Allen, unfortunately, pulled it behind the wall in the number 56 Toyota Camry. He will officially start shotgun on the field tomorrow afternoon in the Daytona 500. Cars are currently in turn 2 right now. So while we wait for that, going to go over what the schedule is going to look like this season. 38 races, 3 more than we had last season. And then a whole newly revamped point system, which will go in depth more. I think we went in depth more during qualifying, but basically 200 points for winning a race, 190 for finishing second, 185 for finishing third, and all the way on back is finishing. With your finishing position, it is 5 points subtracted from the total, all the way down to last place, 40th, which will just award 1 point. Then there are bonus points. You lead a lap, you get 5 points. You lead the most laps, you get an additional 5 points. Fastest lap of the race is going to factor in now. If you got the fastest lap of the race, that is an additional 5 points, and I believe that should be all the bonus points. Going off of the point system that Slapshoes made in his video a couple months ago, his ideal point system, which makes a lot more sense than the one we used last season. But drivers are in through turn 4. Pace car is going to be pulling off on the pit road here. There it goes. It is Johnson, Landon Smith Jr., Zachary Davis, Jordan Lopez, and Caleb Rose, your top 5 going through the Reese's restart zone. Through the gears they go. We are back to green flag racing here with 7 laps to go in Spencer's Duel number 2. Caleb Rose immediately darts down to the inside lane, trying to see if anyone will help him. And now a couple of takers do. Mitchell Collins and the 78, not rookie driver, but new transfer driver to Buck Racing, and Caleb Rose's teammate in the 92, rookie Braden Perez, rookie to the Mission Barbecue Cup Series, Braden Perez, I should say, moves down to the inside. Now, a lot of cars going to the inside. Here comes Landon Smith Jr. in the 88, trying to see if he can start 4th, right behind his teammate of Nathan Smith in tomorrow afternoon's race, coming around to 6 laps to go. Caleb Rose is going to try and see if he can start up high. Now, guys like Tyler Reynolds, Dana Georgia, and Riley Sampson are just going to ride around in the back. I don't think we have enough laps or enough time for them to be lap cars, but very unfortunate. Unfortunately, that's the way the cookie crumbles there. And this is a super speedway track. This is going to be a super speedway event, so it's not really that hard to pass, but if you're in the middle of the field and a wreck happens right in front of you, there's going to be little you can do. I'm surprised Dustin Davis is still in this event after having a hard hit into the outside wall. Charlie Davenport and John Andrews. Andrews, a rookie here in the Mission Barbecue Cup Series. They are just riding around in the back, but now for the lead, it is single file for the first 5 cars. And just as I say that, Zachary Davis, who already has cemented his position as P2, is trying to go for the duel win here and make my life a lot easier by winning the duel, and then everybody else just starts in the outside positions. But Landon Smith Jr. is going to make it a little bit more harder for me by staying out in front. 5, count them, 5 to go here in Spencer's duel number 2. I think it's probably going to be anyone in this top pack, but we saw this in duel number 1. If the more you get, the higher you get in the field, the harder it is to pass, because passing here at Daytona with a small pack like this is not as easy as it sounds. But Daisy Johnson is going to get a nice toe off of Smith Jr. here through the tri-oval. Now she's going to look low. I don't think she's going to have enough momentum through that. She might, and she is. Daisy Johnson around Landon Smith Jr. Slingshot engaged. But Landon Smith Jr. is going to probably have more help on the outside. As was Daisy Johnson, and now Braden Perez and Zachary Davis synchronizingly move down a lane. Now Braden Perez is going to make it 3 wide in a bottom lane. That means Noah Clifton in the 16 there is going to get stuck through the middle. And Zachary Davis is going to try and make it 3 wide. Not going to quite get there. About 10 or 12 or so cars, all with underneath a blanket. Yeah, 12 cars within 1 second of one another. 3 to go here from Daytona in duel number 2 for Daisy Johnson, Zachary Davis, Landon Smith Jr., and any of these guys riding in behind them. I just don't know if they're going to be able to get there in time. Braden Perez is going to try. He looked to make a 3rd lane happen, but Mitchell Collins, who I think he assumed was going to try and help him, not going to get there in time. Zachary Davis, there is a window, but he's not going to take it. Wise decision out of your Milwaukee winner and your Spencer's Clash winner as popsicle sticks go in the air. 2 laps to go with a dead heat between Daisy Johnson and Landon Smith Jr. for the top position. I think it's going to come down to whoever has more cars in their lane. I think Landon Smith Jr. might have, especially because Braden Perez decides to go in the middle, 3 wide for 5th. I think Landon Smith Jr. he might have the dual win here if he can push through on the outside through the tri-oval. Just gonna have to wait and see. Coming around this time by white flag in duel number 2. Landon Smith Jr. He's got a run to the outside. It's gonna be dead at the line. No, not a dead hit at the line. But Landon Smith Jr. now has cleared Daisy Johnson. White flag in the air for Landon Smith Jr. and Daisy Johnson to see who is going to start 4th, 6th, and beyond evenly in tomorrow afternoon's Great American Race here, which will be starting at 1 p.m. Side by side, heading on to the back straightaway, are Landon Smith Jr. and Daisy Johnson. Zachary Davis is up here trying to push that 53 Camry along. I just don't know if she's going to have enough momentum on the inside to knock off Landon Smith Jr. Just going to have to wait and see. She does have the inside. Coming off of turn 4, she's going to poke. It's going to be side by side at the line. She's going to try and side draft Landon Smith Jr. Not going to be enough. Zachary Davis makes it 3 wide, but Landon Smith Jr. wins Spencer's duel number 2 here at the Daytona International Speedway. Zachary Davis, he had nothing to race for, so he decided to make it 3 wide coming to the stripe. And I think that might have been Daisy Johnson's downfall. She moved up trying to side draft Landon Smith Jr., but not enough could be done. Landon Smith Jr. will start right behind his Polar Star teammate and team owner of Nathan Smith. And your field has now been set for the 2021 Smokies Best Damn Garage Daytona 500. There are your official standings from Spencer's duel number 2. One caution in this, one casualty. Tristan Allen, he will start shotgun on the field, but Landon Smith Jr., Daisy Johnson, Zachary Davis, Jordan Lopez, Noah Clifton, Braden Perez, Derek Hamill, who had an amazing save in the duel and during the first caution. Mitchell Collins, Caleb Rose, and Trace Smith will be starting from second on 20th. Then Nelson Reese, John Andrews, Brady Wilmington, Daniel Bouchard, Charlie Davenport, Dustin Davis, Daniel Georgia, Riley Sampson, Tyler Reynolds, and Tristan Allen will be starting 22nd through 40th. So your field has been officially set here tonight. Yes, your field has been officially set for tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m.'s Smokey's Best Damn Garage Daytona 500. Hopefully we'll see if we can get Alex Graham in the booth or Matt Tuck or some sort of commentator in the booth tomorrow afternoon, but it's going to be an absolute barn burner. It's going to be a fun one here from the Daytona International Speedway, and that's all I've got. Congratulations once again to Landon Smith Jr. on winning duel number 2, and congratulations to Ryan Benjamin on winning duel number 1. Those will be your second row starters in the Great American Race tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's all I've got. So thank you once again, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this edition of NR 2003 on NASCAR Nerd 34. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, ladies and gentlemen. From the Daytona International Speedway, this has been NASCAR Nerd 34, signing off.